Evo weekend has just come to a close, which means that all kinds of players from all around the world have been congregating in Las Vegas to show us the pinnacle of their skill, their footsies, their fundamentals, their disgusting set play, their mix-ups. Specifically the mix-ups. We've seen some crazy things over the last few days. Let me show you one truly evil mix-up, starting off with this one. This is from a game that's not even out yet, right? This is Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. Lands the hit with Killua. Activates the Godspeed.
Walk into a combo, and he's already in the install. The speed at which you can mix people.
Did you block? Be honest. Hisoka gets reset in the air. Killua jumps behind for the cross-up. Dashes back to the same side. Dashes forward again immediately afterwards and comes down with the falling punch. That's a cross-up. Just barely scrapes the back of his head. K-Brad himself would be proud. Absolutely devious character. Now, with that being said, there is one mix-up that is so powerful that no reliable counterplay has ever been discovered, even to this day. Let me show you guys a clip. We got Paladin versus Tachikawa. Last round.
Paladin just being so aware on like what the ranges are to jump. He's empty jumping, so Tachikawa can't throw out the anti-air, but
Tachikawa's pressuring.
hasn't been baited yet.
Paladin's in the corner.
He controls the spacing where everything is pressed at. As you can see, Paladin can't manipulate it anymore. And that's really where a lot of his success was coming from. Now
Nightmare mix-up incoming. Get ready for it.
Shimmy, you see the throw come out.
Ugh.
Every time you check the
You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. Careers have been ruined. Lives have been taken. People have died on the inside because of the hardest mix-up in the FGC. Nothing in the game. The post-match handshake. Look at this devious mix-up. This is so obviously a fist bump. This is so clearly a fist bump. Both Tachikawa and Paladin have got they're prepared for the fist bump. There's no way this can go wrong. This mix-up is one-dimensional and easier to block. And then, bam, grabs the fist. Heartbreaking. You hate to see it. You know in Chun-Li's win pose, when she does that, that's actually a reference to handshakes that have met fist bumps. Now that's a basic mix-up. That's just a layer 1 mix-up. So I'm going to show you guys 5 handshake mix-ups today in increasing order of complication. That's the layer 1 mix-up. That's the simple one. That's just handshake versus fist bump. But we're going to go down into the depths of mix-ups from handshakes today. Come join me on this journey. All right, here's the next one for you. So that was the layer 1 mix-up. This next one is the layer 2 mix-up.
Final chance. Oh, why'd he get hit? Good try from Sleepy Puma. Mix-ups.
See, this is where this gets more complicated. We've got an issue here. The guy on the left is going for the fist bump. Guy on the right is going for a handshake. So we're already off to a bad start here, right? These are incompatible. But unfortunately, both of these guys are very polite, they're very accommodating. So they want to switch to what the other person is doing. So look at that. Watch this transition. Ready? This is frame perfect.
Good try.
Bam. So one switches, the other switches, and we're back to layer 1 of the mix-up. You went into the 50-50, you both guessed wrong, and now you're back in the 50-50. This is a blender. This is a vortex. That's crazy. Yeah, you're not blocking that mix-up, because now you're back to square 1. But thankfully, here's the thing. The reason why I've put this at number 5 on my list is because they managed to solve this issue, right?
From Sleepy Puma.
They managed to come to an agreement after the double mix, and they go for a handshake. This is recovered, okay? They're a bit confused, but they managed to recover the situation through patience and waiting it out. But now, we have to go even further down the rabbit hole. Now, this one is a true train wreck. Ready for this?
Under the pressure, it's a different situation. It's a different mentality that you have to have with a crowd.
Reaches out. This is a crazy mix-up. We gotta go frame by frame on this one. This one seems like a simple mix-up. The startup's pretty predictable on this one. Look, how does this go wrong? Genuinely, how did this go wrong? Both hands outstretched, both palms open. There's nothing this could be besides a handshake. There's no room for misinterpretation. Yeah, crazy rollback must have hit on this situation. From this position, you think you're not in a mix-up, and then the hand starts going south. He ducks the high. This is an overhead. The guy in the red goes for the overhead. This guy goes for a low. Misses. Grabs the back of his hand somehow. That's crazy. And is some kind of rotation happens. Grabs the back of his hand and is now holding it in a claw grip. That's a classic transition. Goes from the open palm to the claw grip. He's now clawing the back of the hand. Sidestep the mix-up. And then, you guys want to see the most fucked up transition of all time? Check this transition. Ready? Watch this. How does this happen? Genuinely. Bam. How did he manage to reversal that throw in a way that meant he was shaking the bottom 3 fingers? He's now shaking the middle finger, the ring finger, and the little finger, but the index has escaped. The index managed to tech the mix-up and escape the situation, and now he's shaking the bottom 3 fingers. No palm contact. You can't. These mix-ups are unblockable, man. The tech window on that mix-up has got to be tiny. I think next up, I'm going to show you guys... There's 3 more, by the way. The first one was just an example. There's 3 more of these. This one's a classic, though. This one's a classic. If you're big on the handshake mix-up, you guys will have seen this one before. This one is probably the most famous mix-up in handshake history.
Fergus is so brave to press a button in that situation.
Okay, good. That's what we said about Fergus. One of his strong suits in the cans again.
Fergus takes it.
And that was deja vu, because again, when he was charging up, Fergus
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I'll never get tired of that. As long as I live, I will never get tired of that mix-up. That is so clearly a handshake. Fergus's mix-up here is absolutely incredible. This could not more blatantly be a handshake. The hand is outstretched. The body language, every part of this tells you that it's a handshake. This is a regular throw. You're being told he's going for a regular throw, and then he transitions flawlessly into a command grab right here. That is so good. God damn it. I don't even know the technique to pull that off. Transitioning from the regular throw into the command grab, this guy has no idea what he's in for. Bam. Deceptive 1+2 break. Grappler supremacy. But I won't stick with that one because, like I said, I think that one's already been covered. History has already certified that one as an all-timer. You may have noticed, I've only ranked that at number 3 on my all-time greatest handshakes list. So we've got 2 more, and you'd think it can't get any worse? You'd think that, wouldn't you? But somehow, some way, I have scoured the internet and found this. Now, bearing in mind, this one might not count, because this comes from Smash, and people still like to argue if Smash counts as the FGC. This is a Smash handshake.
No, not yet. That up throw is not a kill move for a reason. Trying to get it right there. Not really the best up B. Going right there just like that. Louis Ray will do it with the best tag right there.
Hang on. There's so many stages to this one. This might be the best one purely for the amount of consecutive mix-ups. The layers involved is crazy. So, like, again, a lot of these, you sort of wonder how this manages to go south so hard, because it looks like in this situation, that's a guaranteed throw tech on the handshake. Both palms outstretched, no room for misinterpretation. And yet, what happens here? Pulls the hand away. I think this is the cause of the issue. There wouldn't have been a mix-up here if they hadn't tried to take the headphones off. Takes the headphones off, which leads to confusion. Pulls the hand away, goes back in, but this time returns from the original mix-up, but changes his Oki option to a fist bump this time, which leads to the classic, you know, the fist grab. And that would be pretty bad. That would be pretty bad, but it gets so much worse. So we get the fist grab. On the right, now pulls his hand away to try and salvage the situation, to try and change it to a fist bump. We're now on like level 5 of the mix-up. And still trying to grab the fist. Still trying to grab the fist, even though that's not the mix-up. Then they give up. At this point, you think, oh, okay, it's over at least. They decided that this was not a compatible meeting of the minds. We've got to give up. You would think this is a timeout, and yet they go back for one last attempt. Bracket reset. Final game, final round, last chance to salvage this. Bam. Just full on grabbing the fist. Oh my god. Incredible. So that was number 2. And here is my final one for you guys. And this, again, actually is another one that has been covered once before, but I feel like this one hasn't been covered in enough detail. This one I have actually done a frame-by-frame analysis on because of how insane this mix-up is. This is Calmal versus Vega Patch from Capcom Cup, and I think this might be the greatest mix-up of all time. Genuinely. No one's done a true breakdown of this one because I feel like it needs analysis. And Calmal takes it. Now, we've got to study this. Let me show you this at full speed first so you can appreciate the amount of complexity of this mix-up. Ready? I'm going to show you this at full speed, and then I'm going to break it down. Oh, oh my god. But this one's insane once you do a breakdown on this one. It gets so much more complicated than you would think. This guy, Calmal, might be the devil himself, because look at this, right? Look at this body language. He comes in with what I can only describe as the most telegraphed fist bump of all time, right? There is no way you could miss this tech window on the fist bump. So the first time I saw this, I thought, damn, Vega Patch must have fucked this up, but it's actually Calmal who fucks this up. Ready? I could not believe this the first time I watched this. Look at this. Ready? So Vega Patch finally notices the charged stand fierce, the knuckle. Vega Patch correctly reads it, goes in for the fist bump, I should say. Vega Patch reads the mix-up correctly, and then look at this transition. Ready? Look how close they are. This is still a fist bump. Still a fist bump. Bam. Opens the palm on the last possible frame. That is so fucking hard to see. That mix-up is insane. How do you even block that? Genuinely, how do you react to that? Is Capcom going to nerf this? Look at that. Look at that. That might be the fastest transition I have ever seen on the last possible frame. So we get the classic fist into the palm technique, buffered handshake. They both pull back. Then the double swap happens. See, this is why this is the greatest one, because this is like an amalgamation of every previous one. So now we've got the classic this into this, double switch. We've got a double switch here. So now Vega Patch is going for the handshake and Calmal is going for the fist bump. Misses the hand. Wrong side of the arm. This is back of the hand rather than front of the hand. Completely misses. Full on whiff punish. Switches back to the fist bump. And then, okay, we can salvage this. We can salvage this. We just need to go in for the dap, right? They've decided that they can fix this. We've got what appears to be obvious dap body language. The other arm comes up. And then they miss again. Second whiff in a row. Hand completely whiffs. Look at that! It goes into a hug. That's crazy. I don't understand how that transition happened. That went from like a guaranteed dap into a hug. And I don't understand that transition at all. Neither of them... No, I don't think either of them wanted to hug. I don't think either of them went into this exchange with the plan for a hug happening. Calmal goes for the shoulders. Vega Patch is the last remnants of his soul are leaving his body at this point. And at this point, it's just like, well, it's over. We're doing a hug now. That's insane. That might be the greatest mix-up ever to hit fighting games. Genuinely. This is why I love fighting games. I mean, you love to see people's mix-ups pushed to the limit. There is so much tech here. There are so many layers. Yeah, this is the real meta. Anyway, this was a stupid video. And that's the end of it. Bye.